to celebrate and signify the reopening, refurbishment, and I think significant and wonderful reinvestment of Hewetts Dental. Thank you. This is like a family party in someone's office. It's like a sort of Christmas party. I think it's wonderful you've been here for so long. I think it's and which has something to do with you, but the future is more about you, and I think that's significant because it's easy. It'd be easy for you to say, well, we'll invest elsewhere. We'll invest in somewhere that isn't on a roundabout, or isn't here, or isn't there, or we'll invest in premises that are, older premises are hard to maintain and hard to modernise. But you haven't. You've said this is our community. This is who we serve. This is who we want to serve. And I think that matters. And I think that shows.
We are part of the community.
But you are.
So yeah, I mean, Brighouse isn't too much out of Huddersfield, it's part of.
It is a border town.
Yeah.
It is, and it serves both, and I think that's really important.
No, well, thank you for being here.
No, thank you for inviting me.
First of all, obviously, thank you to everyone, including obviously the Mayor, for coming here today. But really, today is a personal thing for me, really, just to say a real big thanks to the friends, the family, the staff, and the patients as well. Just for their hard work and their perseverance and their patience, really, over the last 9 years that me and Sabrina have sort of taken over the practice. The phrase sort of blood, sweat and tears in business is really common, and it really is like that. And that wouldn't be anything without the team that you're blessed with. And I think that's where it starts, really. It's very difficult for us to look at the bigger picture sometimes, and what the event today is really to say, actually, let's forget the details for a second. We know we've got work to do, we always will do, and the work continues day in, day out, but it's really to step back a little bit and see, actually, where did we come from and how did we get here, and that progress, you do have to step back, and it's days like this where it's actually not about doing jobs, it's about just saying, well done, for getting here, basically. But it's nice to see some faces within the team, some old faces. I don't mean literally, I mean... I meant faces that have been here a little while.
Keep digging,
And some new faces that have really taken on the ethos of the practice, and they've really sort of come in into the middle of a hurricane and taken it all on board, really, in terms of the ethos of the practice anyway, in terms of offering a different type of dentistry. When you look around it, I mean, part of the celebration today is the refurbishments, and that started off about 7 years ago. From there, we've gone to the 5 surgeries. We've gone to the waiting room, which you can see there, and then we decided to move up into the loft. So we had the builders in doing the roof and the loft, and the final icing on the cake is probably where you stood now, which is the reception, which was the last area to do. So we've done a lot in terms of the physical stuff, but these changes, they're not just superficial, they actually mean something in terms of our mindset, really, in terms of where we're heading. I think it's not just sort of a nice desk or whatever else, it's about having a different mindset from where we've been for the last sort of 9 years where we've done. And really, I think if we look back at the journey that patients were going through the door 9 years ago, and we compare that to the journey that they take within the practice now, it's completely different. It's absolutely mind-boggling how technology's come along. So it's a different mindset, really, that I want to say. And really, today's celebrations, there's 3 parts to it, I suppose. The first is we've been nominated as finalists in 3 categories in the National Dentistry Awards. The best team, best practice, and best patient care. And 3 categories. That's we're taking a good chunk of that. Really, that's really, really good. Whether we win or lose, I think that's a great testament to the work that we've done, regardless of whether we win or lose. And the second is, I've got the deeds at home, and I should have brought them in because they look amazing as well. But the practice deeds, I think it's only changed hands 3 or 4 times in the last 50 years. And really, we're living in a very corporate era, not just in dentistry, but in everything else. And it's very hard to have family-led butchers and dentists and doctors. People move on, so to be here for 15 years, which is what I've been here, and the practice as a whole to be as 50 plus years is testament to some consistency, and it's a great blessing really to have that consistency and to have that personal family feel that you were talking about. And then lastly is the refurbishment itself, which is probably the least important actually of all those three. The best team, best mindset and driving forward is definitely the big that's the bigger picture. The material gains are fine as well. We'll take that as well. It's a nice, fresh, clean environment to work in, but we have probably forgotten the days of manually processing our x-rays and writing on cards, the filing cabinets that were across there, the green chairs in the surgeries, the clinical cupboards, all of those days are sort of behind us really, and it makes us cringe to look back and think back that that was us 10 years ago. And wood chip wallpaper absolutely everywhere. Absolutely everywhere. There was wood chip absolutely everywhere basically. That was the bane of the decorators' lives while they were here. But anyway, thank you all to family, friends, to patients, to the mayor, the staff, and really carry on with the festivities really. Thank you very much for being a part of it.
That's great.
The competition is for 2 electric toothbrushes, and we're going to pick the winners. So,
We have a drum roll.
yeah, I'll hold it. I'll hold that. No, I'll hold that. Yeah. Who is it?
Taiba. And there's proof. There we go. Yeah, there you go.
The second one's going to be Taylor as well.
Gallen. Oh no, Alex Gallen.